Mickey Mouse! Brave little Tailor! Long ago, a small kingdom was being laid waste by a giant. The king was eager to capture the giant. He offered a large reward to anyone able to do it. The king's people hoped the giant would be captured. Their homes and fields would then be safe again. They thought about it a great deal. Mickey Mouse, the village tailor, did not think much about the giant. He had his mind on flies. They buzzed round and round his nose and crawled over his work table. They even sat on his needle. It was hard to get any work done. One day, there were more flies than usual. Mickey picked up 2 swatters and banged them together. 7 flies landed on the floor. 7 at one blow. Mickey opened a window. He was very proud of himself. "I got 7 at one blow," he said to a villager who was passing. "7?" thought the villager to himself. He was not thinking of 7 flies. He went to the palace and told the king that Mickey had fought 7 giants at the same time. The king and his daughter, Princess Minnie, wanted to learn more about such a hero. They sent for the tailor at once. "I had expected someone bigger," said the king when Mickey arrived. "You must be very brave indeed. Were there really 7 giants?" "Giants?" said Mickey. He could not believe his ears. The king told Mickey that if he could capture just one giant that was trampling everyone's houses and fields, he would earn a large reward and the hand of Princess Minnie. Mickey left the palace to think it over. He liked the princess very much, but how did one capture a giant? And where was he? While he sat thinking, Mickey was almost stepped on by a big foot. A giant's foot! He jumped up out of the way and began running. He ran very fast, but the footsteps still followed. Mickey saw a cart full of pumpkins. He climbed inside it to hide. Alas, the giant was hungry. He picked up a large handful of pumpkins to eat them. Mickey was in the handful. The first thing Mickey knew, he was standing in the middle of the giant's huge palm. "I'm not afraid," he said bravely. Of course, he really was. He was so afraid that he slipped inside the giant's sleeve, where he thought he might be safe. The giant reached in after him. Mickey had to use his scissors to snip his way out of the sleeve. Then a fine idea came to him. He took his needle and sewed the giant's sleeves together. He sewed as fast as he could. Soon the giant could not move his arms. Mickey wrapped the heavy thread round and round and around the giant's body. Now the giant was unable to move at all. With a great crash, he fell down. The earth trembled and the trees shook. The giant was quite still. He had knocked himself out. Mickey returned to the palace with the good news. The king decided to hold a big carnival to celebrate. The giant supplied wind power to run the merry-go-round. The king's people were happy. Mickey, with his reward, was happy too. Everyone had a fine time riding on the merry-go-round.